story over the decades. Two moments in life that I remember that were just knee-buckling, earth-shattering, jaw-dropping. One was in Yosemite. Some of you who've been on that highway, when you come around the last curve and there's a opening in the trees, and for the first time you can look down into the valley that you've seen. Today's a cloudy day, and at that time I had walked, I think I was a couple blocks that way, and I was walking through an old stone wall, but the effect is here the same. I'm going to turn you around now and let you walk with me. Now please understand that seeing this in a video is by no means the same effect, but I just want you to experience with me, just perhaps to a tiny degree, that you're looking at is the sheer dimension of this thing. And I don't mean like the numbers. The steeple is in fact 404 feet tall. And I don't mean the numbers. I mean the kind of dimension that you only get in your gut when you are here on location. It's like being in the mountains in a way. You know, you feel so small. That's what you feel here. Just absolutely unbelievable. So I apologize that you can't experience that, but I'll keep the video running for just another minute anyway. You know, I'm likely to start waxing eloquent about things like beauty. There's an old saying that's been around since I was in college as an art major 50 years ago. There was a kind of a bumper sticker slogan that said, "Art needs no justification." Well, I don't really agree with that. What I would like to say is beauty needs no justification. In fact, beauty transcends language. If you can describe everything in beauty, then you're not seeing it. And that's certainly the way I feel looking at this crazy, amazing. I mean, awe is just one of the words, but we run out of words. Like I said, we run out of words instantly when trying to describe it. Worshipful in more than one sense, of course. Again, I apologize that you, because I look at the screen and go, yeah, that's nothing. And then I look beyond my phone and say, that's incredible. Part of the reason, by the way, I've been here before, so I've heard the tour. Part of the reason that Salisbury Cathedral is outstanding among all the outstanding cathedrals in Europe is this wide grassy lawn all the way around it. So that means that the approach to the cathedral, as you can see, it's dropped like a jewel right in the middle of acres and acres and acres of green lawn. The reason for that is because when the cathedral was built, I forget, now forgive me, I should have looked it up, 1300s, 1200s, 13. Anyway, in the 12th, 13th, 14th century somewhere. You guys can look it up quicker than I can. All these cathedrals were built right in the middle of town. So there would have been houses, shacks, shanties, lean-tos, street people, the medieval version of street people, huddled up right against. In fact, a lot of them honestly wanted to get as close to the church as they could because they wanted to be close to God. So they would build their houses right up close to the church. And to this very day, that's the way most cathedrals are constructed with the city. You know, St. Paul's in London, just absolutely streetcars, honk, honk, beep, beep, you know, street vendors right up next to the wall. But here in Salisbury, there's this great big wide open green field. Why? Because it turns out this is kind of a primordial swamp, and it couldn't sustain houses and buildings. So the houses were all bulldozed, so to speak, because the ground is inappropriate. It doesn't perk to use English or American realtor language. The ground here doesn't perk, so all the houses were cleared away, which results in this amazing vista. Again, 404 feet high. Can you imagine trying to put yourself in the position of a 13th century Englishman and the organ in there. By the way, here's a funny little sideline. By the way, I'm a musician, a pretty serious musician. You'll hear more of that in the years to come. Musicians have always wanted to play loud. You know, when your grandma or your mom used to yell at you for playing your rock music loud, well, yeah, she had a point. You were ruining your ears. But musicians, all through history have wanted to play loud. The book of Psalms in the Bible is full of loud sounding cymbals and stuff like that. And the cathedrals of the Middle Ages were no different. It was the medieval equivalent musically of a rock concert. I mean, they made those organs as loud as they could possibly make them, as loud as they could make them. I don't know how many people had to be in the basement pumping those billows. Somebody look it up. Anyway, that's enough. I'll stop rambling. Thanks so much for joining me for this brief artsy moment. Thanks for your comments. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Uncle. And I'll look forward to reading them all later. Thanks. Bye-bye. I still have to figure out how to turn this thing off. There we go. Bye.